be set free from that. Let's open up with a word of prayer and we'll get into it. Father, we just come now and we ask that you would continue your work. Father God, we thank you for your Holy Spirit, the power of your Holy Spirit to come and begin to move in our lives, Father. I pray, Lord, that you would take the word that you have given me, Father God, and that you would tailor-make it for each and every person. That it would not be anything of me, but it would be everything about you, Father God. And so we come now and we open up our hearts, Lord. And we open up our spirit and our soul so that we can take in, that we can ingest, Father God, what you have for us. Holy Spirit, move in this place, move in our lives, move in our heart. We know that you are our power source. And so we open ourselves to you. We don't give ourselves, Lord, to you. We surrender ourselves to you this morning. We thank you and we praise you in Jesus' name. And all God's people said, amen. Let's give them another praise offering. We're in week 2 of our series, Living a Set Apart Life. So I want you to take your Bible and open up to James chapter 5. James is my favorite book. Go to James chapter 5. We're going to look at verse 19 and 20. These are the last 2 verses of the book of James. And so today, what we're going to talk about is living in his purpose. Last week, we talked about living in his power. And when we live in his power, that empowers us to live in his purpose. Everybody say purpose. Purpose. Now, the theme of the book of James is basically about spiritual maturity. If you read through the whole book of James, it talks about faith and endurance. It talks about listening and doing. It talks about faith without works. James basically says is if you see a brother and sister who is without clothes or without food, they're hungry, and you do nothing about it, what good is your faith? Amen? If you just tell them, have a good day, stay warm and eat well, but you don't do anything to provide for them, and you say that you have faith, what kind of faith is that when it has no power to change anybody else's life? Amen? And that's what we're going to be kind of talking about, is changing other people's lives. That it's not us always taking. Now we come to a place where we start giving. Amen? Now, when I read this book, if you would do this, I'm going to challenge you. I challenge the East Campus on Friday. I challenge you for 5 days straight that you would read through the book of James straight through. As if there's no chapter breaks or no verses. It's like you're receiving a letter from James, and so you're reading his whole letter. Because when you start to do that, and you do that consistently, what begins to happen is you begin to feel what James is talking about. Amen? You start to sense it's like bringing all those things together. And so for 5 days from today, this whole week, just read through the book of James. So you don't have to set aside some time, especially if you read like me. I'm not a good reader, so it takes me a little bit longer. But just read through it. Set aside the time. Read through the whole book of James. And I'm telling you, after the 5th day, you're going to start to really sense what James is saying. Now, when I read through it, or when I look at these last 2 verses, I get kind of confused. Well, not really confused, but have you ever saw a movie that ended without a clear conclusion? That drives me nuts. Or a TV program. I love watching Chicago Fire, Chicago Med. How many of you guys ever watch that? I love that. That's my favorite show. But the problem with that show, and they need Jesus, because the problem with that show is they build up the suspension, or suspense, not suspension, that's the problem. You can add that to my list. But if they build up the suspense to the point where you're just like, yeah, and right when you think you're going to find out what happens, the episode ends. And you're sitting there and you're going like, what? Now you got to wait 1 more week in suspense to get the conclusion. It drives me nuts. But when I look at these 2 verses, that's what's kind of happening here to me when I read it. Is that he leaves you kind of just wondering, okay, is there more? These are the last 2 verses of the book of James. Let me read it to you. It says, dear brothers and sisters, now keep in mind, this is how he concludes. If someone among you wanders away from the truth and is brought back, you can be sure that whoever brings the sinner back will save that person from death and bring about the forgiveness of many sins. Now, I believe in all of that, but it doesn't seem like a conclusion. That's it. That's how he ends his book. That's his conclusion. He does these two verses, and you feel like there should be more that he's attaching it. And that's why we need to read through the book of James like it was a letter. Because what begins to happen is you begin to see the whole picture and not just pieces of these verses. And so read it like there's no chapter breaks, like there's no verses, just like you're reading a letter. And then you start to get the heart of what James is doing. Here's my thought. This is what I believe that James is saying. He's letting us know that true spiritual maturity, which is the theme of the book, all this stuff like faith and endurance and you know your works, your faith and your works and all of that stuff. What he's saying is that true spiritual maturity is to take all of that and to walk in it. To take all of that, which would be your divine purpose, and to walk in that. What is your divine purpose? What is the overlying mandate that God calls every single one of us to? Because that's our overarching purpose. If you go to Matthew 28, it gives us a basis of what that purpose is, that mandate. It says, therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you. And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the ends of the age. It tells us to go. It tells us to make disciples. See, it's all what we're doing. Make disciples, baptize them, and then teach them. See, you can't do that if you're only teaching. It's about giving. Amen? James doesn't say anywhere, the last verse is reaching the unsaved, the person who doesn't know the Lord. He's talking about the saved person. Amen? But what he's saying in this mandate is that we are to go out and that we are to give of ourselves. Think about it. We go. That's something that we got to do. Make disciples of who? All people, all nations, it says. Baptizing them, bring them into the church. See, you're having to labor, you bring them into the church. And not only bring them and leave them only for the pastor to teach them, but it says that you teach them. Amen? That you pour yourself into them. And this is what I think the heart of what James is trying to say. This mandate, that we would take everything that he says, and that we would know that we are spiritually mature when we stop living just for ourselves and we start to live to benefit other people's lives as well. Amen? How many of you believe that a life that is fulfilling is a life where we're making a difference in other people's lives? Amen? You can have all the wealth in the world and pour it all to yourself, but there's no fun in that. But if you can change somebody's life, if you can benefit somebody's life, that's true wealth. That's true riches. That you can end your life knowing that I did everything I can, not only for myself, but to give unto others. Amen? And that's what I believe is the heart behind the book of James and why he concludes that way. He says, if you want to know that you're growing spiritually, then go and pour yourself out into somebody else's life. May it be a prodigal who has fallen away. See, how can we have a heart for the prodigal but not want to have a heart for somebody who's in a worse condition, who never knows the Lord? So it's all kind of meshed in together. And this is what I believe the heart of what James 5, verse 19 to 20. And when you start to see that, then we understand the conclusion, that there actually is a conclusion, that you don't have to wait in suspense. Amen? And so I want you to ask yourself this question. Why am I here? Go say that to yourself.
Why am I here?
How long have you guys been talking to yourself? You can break. That's funny. You guys can laugh too. Why am I here? Why are you here? I think this fits in line with what I was sensing when we were worshiping. God created you with a purpose. God created me with a purpose. There is no human being that has been created that is without a purpose. We all have a purpose. Amen. This is how intentional our God is. That He would place you in this time of history, because He could have maybe be born in the 1700s or whatever, but this is how intentional He is. He called you to live in this time of history, to live here in this state, on this island, this community, at this church. Amen. And He did it all on purpose. Amen? Yeah. You're not here by coincidence. You're here on purpose. Amen. And it's from here that God begins to speak to you, and you begin to discover not only the mandate that you're called to do, but you start to discover your own individual purpose. God does you on purpose. How awesome is that? Amen? Nothing is by chance. And that's why it's so important that we walk in obedience with Him, that we walk in the path that He's calling us to, that He may be calling you to do something that you don't feel very comfortable about. But if you continue to walk in it, what does He say? He says, and I will always be with you to the ends of the ages. Amen. See, just because it's challenging, just because it's out of your comfort zone, doesn't mean it's not God. You've got to be able to walk in it. Amen. See, our lives are not separated into two parts. It's not separated into, the physical and the spiritual. You're a Christian. If you're a Christian, you are holy. You are set apart for God. You're set apart for His purpose. That's who you are. That's your identity. And there's nothing that defines who you are better than your spiritual identity. I'm noticing that that's been a consistent word from the Lord since we started this new year. There's nothing better that can define who you are than your spiritual identity. Not your nationality, not your culture, not your job, not your title. Amen. Nothing can define who you are better than your spiritual identity. And once you start to understand your spiritual identity, once you understand who you are, and get this, whose you are, amen, then you know why you're here. You're here to fulfill a purpose. To know what the purpose is, how you are to do it, and why you do it. See, our divine purpose is simply to fulfill our God assignment. Amen? How many of you know you have a God assignment? Well, now you know. If you didn't know, you have a God assignment. Amen. And once you achieve that God assignment, then the Lord says, okay, time for you to come home. Amen. And that's when we want to hear the words from the Lord. Well done, good and faithful servant. Enter into my rest. Enter into my glory. Enter into my peace and my hope. That's what we want to hear. Then we can say, you finally arrived. Amen? Amen. Divine purpose. What's your God's assignment? Why are you here? See, to seek and to discover what your God assignment is, that's what gives your life purpose. And if you have been set apart to fulfill that purpose, then this is set one down. Shouldn't we live our lives on purpose? Live our lives on His purpose. Amen? Amen? Amen. And you guys are seeing this. You ain't getting nervous every week. You guys do that too. That's why I get all this straight up. It's fun. You guys can laugh. I have to tell jokes already, but you guys are not laughing. What is your life goal? At least one. You're going to heaven. The rest are. What is your life purpose? What is your God assignment? How many of you know what your life purpose is, or your divine purpose, your God assignment? Raise your hand. You're pretty sure you know what it is. For the rest of you, if you don't know what it is, let me advise you to do this. Start somewhere. Amen. Just start somewhere. See, I believe this. Most of the time, God will require you to go before He will tell you where you're headed. Amen? Anybody experienced that before? God will require you to go before He tells you where you're going. And if you don't believe me, just look at Hebrews chapter 11:8. It says this, it says, it was by faith that Abraham obeyed when God called him to leave home and go, everybody say go, go to another land. See, it didn't say exactly where, go to another land that God would give him as his inheritance. Now hear this. And it goes on and it says, he went out knowing where he was going. He went without knowing where he was going. A lot of times God will ask you to go, he'll require you to go before he tells you where you're going. Start somewhere. Amen?
Amen.
Start somewhere. Start doing something. If you want to start doing something, then you got to stop doing nothing. You got to make that shift. 32 years ago, I had no clue that God's journey for my life would lead me here. In this. That was the last thing I would ever have thought about was to be a pastor. 32 years ago, I didn't know where God was going. 32 years ago, when I walked into that church doors at Hope Chapel Kaneohe at Ben Parker School, and I sat down, I did not have a clue where it would lead me. I thank God that I walked in those doors. But I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I didn't know why people raised their hand. I thought it was all holy rollers. And I used to attend church on Sunday night because that was all the young adults, the singles and stuff. That was the service Sunday nights, and so I would go. But I started to notice that you don't just stand up, walk out after church. You got to take your chair, you got to hold it, and then you got to take it by the sidewall and you put it against the wall. And so I figured, okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's where I started. I put my own chair against the wall. And then I noticed that there were some people that would take all the extra chairs, they would fold it, and they would put it against the wall. So I started doing that. And it wasn't because I was a good guy, because back then I was not a good guy. I was all about me. I was selfish. But I believe the Spirit was stirring inside of me simply by putting chairs. Then I noticed that people would grab all those chairs. A few people would take all those chairs against the wall, and they would take it to this little cubby hole in the cafeteria, and they would stack it all behind there, so that other people could bring in the tables like this, like what we do every week. Bring the tables in and set up the cafe again for the school to be able to use the cafeteria. And so I not only put the chairs in that little cubby hole, I started bringing in the tables. And then God promoted me, my journey started. He said, okay, now I want you to clean the bathrooms. And then from the bathrooms, he promoted me to help in the children's church. That lasted 1 week. God said, I don't think that's a big thing. The little rugrats was driving me nuts. And I was working at the prison at that time, so I was like, hey, be quiet, go against the wall. Honey, what did you learn today? Oh, how many bricks are you the wall? So they took me out, and the Lord said, you know what? I think you're better gifted in setting up that children's church and breaking it down. And that was one of the biggest children's ministries in the state at that time, led by Pastor Lisa Kai, who's at Inspired Church now. And so I started doing that. But I started somewhere. And God kept me going on this journey. And this journey has led me to this place today. But my journey's not over. I just got to keep faithful to do what He's called me to do. And wherever God's going to take me on my next journey. Because He's not done with me. He's never done with you. Amen? Amen. You don't have a clue where your journey is going to be. But just live in that part that God shows you. Amen? But you're not going to find out that part until you start somewhere. Amen? See, He called us to walk in faith. Not stand in faith, not sit in faith. He wants us to step out of our comfort zone. Amen?
Amen.
Step out of your comfort zone. If you want to start doing something, you got to stop doing nothing. So take a step. See, because He's more concerned about your calling and your purpose than He is about your comfort. He wants you to start moving forward. See, our purpose will influence what we see. Everybody say see.
See.
What do you see? What is it that you're seeking after? See, the world seeks things that are completely opposite of what the Spirit or what the church should seek, what God's people should seek. See, the world seeks favor. We need to seek favor as God's people. Amen. The world seeks after success. God wants us to seek after being significant. Amen. The world seeks after charisma. God says, no, seek after character. See, whatever you seek, if it is of God, it's all going to work out. Romans 8:28, it says this. We know that all things, say all things.
All things.
That all things work together for the good of those who love God. That is not. Those who are called according to his what?
Purpose.
To his purpose. You are called to his purpose. If you are set apart and you are made holy by God, not religious, but set apart,
Amen.
seek after his purpose. God has given you a purpose. You know, in Ecclesiastes, if you read that book, it says that a life without God's purpose is meaningless. It really is. If we're just seeking the things of this world, it's only temporary things. It's not going to last. So we basically live our life seeking after something that will perish. But if we're seeking after the things, the God assignment, our purpose, if we're seeking to fulfill that, that is what brings meaning to our life. You know why? Because whatever we're investing our life in will not perish. It will last for eternity. You're actually investing in eternal significance. Amen? And so we got to understand it. If we want meaning in life, start to do the things of the Lord. Here's one of the mandates that we should seek after. Write this down. Start by my point. Seek to be a soul saver. Seek to be a soul saver. Because to save a soul means you got to give up yourself. There's a point in our Christian walk that we need to take. We need to receive. Amen? When we're young in the Lord, we need to be taking in. But there's a point where we grow to a point of maturity where we stop just taking and we start to give. Amen? That's how you know you are growing spiritually. You're maturing spiritually. You're no longer just taking, but you're actually giving. And that's the point that I believe James is trying to communicate to us. If you read the whole book, James is saying, if you do all of these things, you will mature. And once you start to mature, one of the most significant signs is that you stop taking and you start giving. That's not easy in this life. We live in this world. There's all kinds of stuff that go on in our lives. There's all kinds of things that begin to occupy our minds, occupy our time. And so it's not easy to just be someone who's seeking after God's purpose. We got a lot of distractions in this life. And some of them are good stuff. Amen? It's kind of leading back to what I was talking about last week. That you can be plugged into the power source. But if you're not on, like a fan, if you don't turn that fan on, it ain't going to do us any good. Amen? So we got to turn on. What is it that you are doing to begin to turn on your Christian walk with the Lord? See, we got to do something. We got to stop taking in and we got to start giving. And that's what I think James is saying. At this point, if you get to the point where you see somebody sliding, backsliding, a prodigal, you don't just go, well, that's their Juliana. No, your heart breaks like Jesus' heart was break. And you go, you know what? I need to reach out to that person. But not just for the prodigal, even more so. For those who live right in your homes, those who you see every day at work. There's so many hurting people out there. So many hurting people. We are the hope. They don't know Jesus is the hope. So we need to live our lives as an example, a reflection of Jesus. We live a life free of the bondages. I am free. That's why your freedom is so important. Because if people see how you live in freedom, that no matter even what you might be going through the worst season of your life, but you still have faith. You're still persevering. You're still praising God. You're not hiding away, but you're praising God. They see that and they go, I need whatever you got. Amen. And so one of the ways is we know when we're loving people, when we seek to save souls, when we seek to benefit other people. If you want to live a set-apart life, seek to be a soul saver. What does James say? James says, whoever rescues a sinner from God's judgment has saved that person from death. James is not talking about physical death. James is talking about spiritual death. All of us will die physically, but there are those who die spiritually. That's called the second death. That's an eternal death. Amen? Death simply means separation. When we die physically, what happens is our soul is separated from our bodies. Amen? That's why we're just a shell. Our bodies is just a shell. What we put in the ground is just a shell. Physical death is the separation of the soul and the body. Spiritual death is the separation of the soul and God. And it's an eternal death. This is the reality of Christianity. This is what we got to understand. So that when we look and we see people, maybe even living in our homes who don't know Jesus, we got to understand this is what the Bible says. This is not a fairy tale. This is real stuff. Thousands upon thousands of people died that second death. See, our mandate is to fill heaven with all the people that God has placed in our circle of relationships. We can't save them. We just got to give them a message. We just got to point them to the one that can save them. Amen? Are you doing that? See, that this second death is a permanent condition. We are separated from God for eternity and placed in eternal torment. A place that we hope to find relief from the unmentionable suffering that we will go through. Someone explained it this way. When you're in that torment, it's like you want to die to relieve you from that suffering, but you can't because it's eternal. That's why the decisions in this life is so important. I know it's not a good thing to hear. And in some weird way, I'm saying this to encourage you so that you can walk in your purpose and understand what the mandate is for your life. See, we all have the similar mandate. It's in that Great Commission to go, make disciples, baptize them, bring them into the body of Christ, and teach them how to walk day in and day out. That's all our mandate. Your purpose is discovering how God is going to use you to save them. Amen? This is a permanent condition. Matthew 13, 41 and 42 says this. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will remove from his kingdom everything that causes sin and all who do evil. And the angels will throw them into the fiery furnace, hell, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. In other words, where there will be undescribable torment. And that's God didn't create that for you. God didn't create that for me or any other human. That was created for the devil and his demonic forces. Amen? It was never meant for man. But when sin entered in, we were all put into that position. Amen? See, here's the reality of this. And I hope that this will stir inside of you. The reality is this, that this is the destiny awaiting many of the people that we love and we care about. To be completely honest. That's the destiny that's awaiting some of those in your home, in your right in your home. The person that you see all the time at work. The cashier at Armstrong. Your next door neighbor. People get so important. If you want to live a set apart life, you gotta understand what our mandate is. You gotta understand what our purpose is. And we gotta walk in it. Amen? We gotta walk in it. This is something that every believer needs to hear and begin to embrace and start to go, whoa. But if we're distracted with the things of the world, what we gotta do tomorrow at work? I gotta be there, I gotta do this. And we're not understanding who we are. Who you are, your identity. You're set apart. So start to live like that. Stop living out of character. Amen? So let me challenge you with this. And this is not about church growth. This is about kingdom growth. How many of us went through this meeting not talking to anybody about this, not even inviting anybody to come to church? Again, it's not about so we can have a big church. It's about fulfilling our mandate. We can go months without ever inviting someone to come and meet their Jesus. See, we can't save them. But the Lord that we worship in this place can. Amen. But how many times we get so busy that we never, ever invite anybody? We're not walking in our purpose. If you want to start doing something, you got to stop doing nothing. And that, it's even more than a concern. It's just a burden. When I think of how uneventful the church is, when it comes to the main mandate, the great commission that God gives us. And it's real thing because we're busy. We're living life. But the thing is, do we understand why we're here? That was the first point I asked you, why are we here? I know this is not the nicest thing to receive, but we gotta hear it. Amen? We gotta hear it. I don't want to get to heaven and God says, you never tell me. You didn't tell me. I don't want to live with that. That's my mandate. To not only share the good stuff, but to share the hard stuff. And to encourage you to start somewhere. Find one person. Target one person. Where they see you coming and go, oh no, it will go better. Has that ever happened to you? That Jesus is so all over you that people, it's like, oh boy, here comes this Holy Ghost. I remember I used to drive up to my friend's house and stuff, right when I got saved. I was all zeal, no knowledge and stuff, and I was like, oh, you need Jesus. And this one guy I'm thinking of, because he did this, he's actually at Legacy Church now, and he's involved, not because of me, it was years after that he ended up coming. But I remember driving up this thing, and I could see his drapes go like this, and then he would close it. And then I would be calling him, Barry, Barry. That's how locals do it. You don't ring the doorbell, you just yell, Barry! See the drape open again. And I just cracked up. And then finally when I see him, I thought, wow, somebody was hiding. Wow. Every time I see you, I feel that. And then when you go to church, I go, I'm not Jesus. You don't have to worry about me.
Amen.
But we got to do something. Amen? Our son. Moment right now. We got to understand who we are. Amen? You don't have to be religious. Just be righteous. Just love on people. Serve them. That's the best witness. Serve them before you preach to them. Because if you serve them before you preach to them,
Amen.
if you invest in them, if you love them with a genuine heart, not because you lay hands one more notch in leading somebody to the Lord, but you just love them for who they are. Even with the F-bombs flying all over the place and stuff. You just love them. They would ask you about your Jesus. Amen? But you gotta look for the moment to put it in there. You gotta be ready to do that. You know, I did 2 funeral services this week. Last Sunday and last Thursday. And in that service, because when you're in those services, it's not church. You're not there to, to go to church. You're there to honor somebody. So, for me, I try to look at how can I share a word that will be able to speak to everyone. Because the 2 services I did, there's a lot of movies and stuff in there. And the second one was all older people. And they kind of like you, they would smile. They just kind of, and so I'm thinking, oh, no. But what I try to do is just share a word in a way that people can understand and that everybody can take something no matter what they believe in and stuff. And so I shared this. I said, time is not on our side. And I read Ecclesiastes 3. Time's not on our side. The clock is ticking. And I said, when we face this reality of death, we realize how fragile our life is. And that when God says it's time, it's time. We don't know if we'll even see tomorrow. And so I just kind of shared that way, and several of the older people, thank God, they came up and they said, well, thank you for that, I can understand. One guy came up to me and said, I'm Gnostic. And I'm like, oh, you're good. I'm Gnostic. But he says, you know what? I received that word. Because I ended by saying, we got to focus on the things that matter. So I say this to you, time's not on their side, they love them. The clock is ticking. How many of you know that we're closer to going home right now than we were when we walked in that door? Amen? That's how life is. You are one step closer to death the moment that you were born. Time doesn't work on our side. So understand that and realize I don't want anybody to have to face that second death. That's how you know you're not good. Because you realize, you know, it's not just about me, it's about them. You start worrying more about them than yourself. God has already taken care of you. Amen? Okay, I'll close right now. You guys okay? You guys can see this?